Down and dirty takes on a whole new meaning when these racers get together. Mud Bog Racing, next on the exciting world, whose appeal lies in its simplicity. To get from one end of a mud pit to the other as fast as possible. A task that can be deceptively difficult, ending up with a sinking feeling of defeat.
Came out and hit the sand and went a little sideways, and the tire grabbed and popped and then flipped me sideways and just rolled. First, I got a lot of safety gear and stuff to keep it safe. And I'll be back next week.
That's a sentiment that draws thousands to the Mud Bogs. In particular, this event, the California State National Championships, held every year at Lompoc, an event that draws boggers from 3 states.
This here is one of the premier events at Lompoc. Everybody from all over the states comes here, and also there's guys from Arizona and Nevada, and everybody gets here just to have a fun day today.
Will Schuyler is one of the chairpersons for the annual race. He sees the appeal in the wildly different approaches to building machines to meet the challenge.
Well, there are those people, I think, that really enjoy the Pacific vehicle made for the Pacific purpose. I mean, they actually get a kick out of playing in the mud, if you would. We actually have 6 classes at this event. Have 2 in the, what we call the basic stock division, a 4- and 6-cylinder, and then an 8-cylinder stock. Then we have 4x4 modified, and then we move into 3 pro classes, your 4x4 pro modified, the tractor tire, and the 2-wheel rail.
Al Jones is running the super modified class in his rig, Mud Hen.
It's a 1979 Blazer. We're running a Chevy, 540 cubic inches in it. It's blown and injected. We have a little fuel blower on it, Kensler fuel injected. We have hat and port injection in it, and we're running about 36% overdrive. We get between 1,800 and 2,000 horsepower out of it right now.
What attracts Al to this type of racing is the run-what-you-brung attitude and limited rules.
I think it's about the last, what I'd call the outlaw sport left. There's basic safety rules, which they stress very important. But then you can do just about anything you want with your car to make it go through the mud. There's no set rules on that. Whatever you can dream of, if it works, that's fine. That's what I think most of the guys like about it.
What Scott Lynch dreamt up was Bog Wild, the current Pro Modified champion. Pro Modified, unlike the Super Modified class, runs aspirated motors. Although putting out less horsepower, Scott runs a lighter chassis.
It's the cheapest drag race I can get into right now until something better comes around. It's a little bit out of control. Sometimes I like it, you know. Going fast in mud, you're never exactly sure what's going to happen, but it's just a lot of fun. It's a real rush.
Miguel Guzman is a veteran bogger. His recently cherried rig, Midnight Mudder, is running in a special farm class that uses lightweight fiberglass-based tires.
I had a 454, punched out 30 over, makes it a 462. It's got a 671 blower, with a bug catcher on it, and got, you know, most of the good stuff inside the engine, roller rockers and the big rods and stuff. It's a turbo 400 transmission with the reverse valve body. So every time I pull back, it'll shift into a higher gear.
Wendy Tarman is one of the few women competitors on the circuit, and a formidable one at that. She held the track record for 4 years.
I like the challenge and trying to keep control of a big engine like that in a small pit. Just throttle it all the way until you see the cones and lift up and start applying the brakes.
On her qualifying run, Wendy hit the throttle so hard she blew off a tire, but still managed to clock under 3.5 seconds.
I came up to the starting line, and I was trying to get the engine hot enough, but I couldn't. It wasn't enough time. You have certain time, and you have to stage and go. So I had to go up to the line and just take off. And when I did, about half track, I felt the tire go. The right back tire flew off the rim.
A little bit muddy, but none the worse for wear. Wendy tried again later in the afternoon. This time, she not only blew the tire off, but the whole right rear wheel assembly.
I always have one thing on my mind, from getting in the car, as soon as it starts, to go up to the starting line and do the best I can to get that car through the mud as quick as possible and hope that everything turns out okay.
When it doesn't, All you can do is wait for the tow truck. Wendy wasn't alone in falling prey to the pit that afternoon. So what does it take to make a successful run?
The idea is get on top and get your tires to hook on the top 2 or 3 inches. That's where you get all your bite to get your momentum to go forward.
Get the front end up, keep it up on the mud, get the back tires spinning real good.
Try to pick a good line where your car's going to get good bite off the line, and pick the smoothest line you can down the track.
Put the metal to the pedal, put the pedal down and look at the other end and hope I get there.
With such a freewheeling spirit, the event is remarkably well organized and good-natured. Crowd-pleasing gravedigger to give a demonstration of his automobile's crushing and stunt-flying ability. Unfortunately, his last jump went a little wrong.
Just hold that axle, slide the hood back on. It won't take us very long at all.
As the last of the outlaw racers, they put on a great show. A reminder to other racers that it doesn't take big stadiums and million-dollar purses to enjoy racing. Just a couple hundred feet of mud, a few thousand horsepower, and it's pedal to the metal.